guys, welcome back and thank you for joining me for today's video, which is going to be a Chloe Nile bag unboxing. It's been a long time since I did an unboxing video. I really enjoyed showing you my Gucci Dionysus unboxing, which is about this time last year, and I thought I would do the same for my newest handbag purchase. I have been thinking about the Chloe Nile bag for a really long time. I first saw it on fellow bloggers and YouTubers probably like 8 or 9 months ago, and originally didn't really think it was a bag that I needed, but the more I keep seeing it, whether that's on friends or on YouTube or on Instagram, the more I just can't stop thinking about it. So I've finally given in and treated myself to one. I've actually never seen a Chloe Nile bag in the flesh in real life before, only ever in photos or from afar. So this is going to be a real first impressions for you guys. I went to Selfridges in Manchester last weekend on bank holiday, and I really wanted to see one and potentially buy one there and then and get the whole retail experience and thrill of buying in store. But they didn't have any in stock, and the Nile bag is notoriously really hard to find, which is why I ended up picking it up from online. I bought it from Net-a-Porter, and I have the box here, and I'm going to open it and show you what's inside. Right, so this is the box. Obviously the Chloe Nile is quite a small handbag, and there is more than just a handbag in here. I may quickly whiz through the rest of these pieces at the end of the video, but also in this video, as well as the unboxing, I'm going to be sharing a few tips on how to buy and how to care for a designer handbag, so stay tuned for that. But for now, let's rummage through and find the handbag. So this actually confuses me a bit, because sometimes when you buy from Net-a-Porter you get the box of the bag, which I kind of expect when I'm spending that amount of money, but this time it's just come in the dust bag, probably to save space, but either way the box probably would just get thrown away anyway, so I'm not too bothered. So this is the dust bag that it comes in, and the bag, the colour that I've gone for, you may be surprised, is this beauty. What do you think?
I'm very surprised!
It's not pink, it's not white, it's not cream, it is burgundy or oxblood. I'm not sure the official colour, it doesn't say anything on here, but this is the colour that I've gone for, the style. And this one is of course the bag with the bracelet style clasp, and it has got the over shoulder strap as well. So obviously this is a really small handbag, so as far as an everyday handbag goes, it's probably not going to be the right kind of bag for that. However, this kind of handbag is more of a way to elevate your outfit. In autumn it's definitely going to be a statement piece. This whole ring bracelet design is so iconic, it's really recognises that Chloe design. It is of course really highly duped, so that could potentially put you off investing in something like this, but also I do find that dupes are a great way of experimenting with a style. If you purchase a dupe, you can really see how it works with your outfit, how it works with your wardrobe, to see if you do want to invest in the real deal, which is what I've done in this case. I have a kind of mango dupe that has a ring on it, and I absolutely adored that style. I really wanted this bag for autumn, which is why I went for this oxblood colour. I think this will just fit seamlessly with my autumnal wardrobe, with those darker colours, but also if I wear a lighter outfit, it'll really be a bold statement popping colour as well. The main kind of material on this bag is of course leather, and then at the side here you've got this suede band running through. At the back there is a little pocket, so if like me you're always struggling to find your Oyster card, you can just pop it in the back and it's really easy to get to, things like that. You could slip your phone in there, but having said that, you're not really going to lose anything in a bag this size because it is so minuscule. Inside it has got the stuffing, it has got the information. What does it say? Sienna red. That's so funny, I just got back from Sienna. Oh my goodness. And then you've got the guarantee and the quality information, and then it's just one big pocket inside and this tiny little envelope pocket that you can put, again, any cards or anything in it. I'm going to check whether my iPhone actually fits in this, because I have an iPhone 7 Plus. I tweeted a couple of days before actually purchasing this saying, does anyone know if the iPhone 7 Plus fits inside the Chloe Nile, and no one was able to give me a definitive answer, so let's try it out. Dun dun dun, I think it's going to. Oh my gosh.
Oh.
Well, it does, but you're not really going to fit that much more in there. I've actually had to put the phone in there slightly diagonally. If you had a really big bulky case, like one of those battery pack cases, you might really struggle. To be honest, I think that it might actually stretch the bag a little bit if I was to put my phone and my vlogging camera in there. As you can see, it's really taken up the entire back space of the bag. But I'd say I'd probably be able to fit my card wallet, lipstick, just about my vlogging camera, and a couple of other essentials in there as well, but really not too much extra room. I have a feeling that when I first discovered this bag, it was around the £750 price mark. Don't quote me on that, but I definitely don't think it was over the £1,000 bracket, and this was 1055, so just over that £1,000 boundary. I do wonder if the mass availability of dupes has driven that price up because of the demand for this style of handbag, and because of the amount of dupes as well. It certainly has given this bag almost iconic status, and hopefully for that reason it will remain a classic handbag for many years to come, which is what I really look for when I do invest in a handbag. I don't want to go for something straight away when it first comes out until I'm sure that it's going to be a long-lasting trend, because it is definitely an investment piece. When it comes to styling this bag up, I've noticed that you can actually unclip these little straps here, so you could wear it by itself just as like a bracelet bag, or you can wear it over the shoulder, and this also is adjustable too, so you can wear it all the way across body, just over one shoulder. Quite a few different ways to style this handbag. I guess you could dress it up or down for day or evening, depending on whether you want to wear it with a strap or not. Leather wise as well, it's the kind of leather that's not going to scratch too easily, and because it is that darker colour, there shouldn't be any colour rubbing or fading if you wear it with dark denim, which is something that you do have to consider when looking at lighter handbags. So on that note, I'm going to give a few tips on what I look for when buying a designer handbag, and a few tips on caring for designer bags too. So my first tip would be all around choosing which designer handbag you want to treat yourself to, especially if it is your first designer handbag. My personal opinion is that I like to go for a bag that I know I'm going to get so much wear out of. Having said that, I do have friends that like to really save up and cherish their designer handbags. They want to choose one that they can use on special occasions and always get that kind of fluttering butterfly feeling when they wear it, just like a brand new handbag every single time. But if, like me, you want to get tons of price per wear, then I would say to look at your current handbag collection and look at the bags that you wear the most often. Is your everyday handbag a really big bucket bag and you just want to be able to chuck everything into it? In that case, maybe look at something like the Louis Vuitton Neverfull, or a bag like my Saint Laurent handbag, because then you know you're going to get tons and tons of use out of it, and then bring that price per wear down and down to make it a really good investment piece. But then on the other hand, if you did want a bag that is going to be just really special, something you can really cherish, then perhaps look for something that's going to be an evening bag. It really depends on your school of thought and what you want to get from that designer handbag. If you guys happen to have watched my How to Look Expensive video, you'll have heard me speak at great length about why I really do believe that investing in a designer handbag is a great way to invest in your wardrobe as a whole, because it really helps to elevate every single outfit. You can dress from the high street, you can dress from premium high street stores, and just by adding that statement designer accessory, it gives your whole look a more luxurious feel. So definitely check that video out for more of those kind of ideas and how to make your look more expensive overall. But personally, that's why I like to invest in handbags as opposed to really expensive coats or really expensive shoes, because I think they do make the greatest statement and have the biggest impact on your outfit as a whole. One thing that I always think about when looking for a new designer handbag, and equally and especially important if you're looking for your first designer handbag, is the timelessness of the design. So you don't necessarily want to invest all of your hard-earned money in something that's going to be out of style in a few months or even in a few years. So for me, I look for things that have already been in style for quite a long time. You don't want things that are just going to be a sudden trend and then disappear off the radar. You want to make sure that something really does have lasting power and is going to be fashionable for many years to come. So for that reason, I recommend looking at timeless shapes, classic materials, classic colorways, and classic designs. So things like, again, the Louis Vuitton Neverfull is a really good example for that. The Gucci Dionysus, I think that we are going to see this as a trend bag for many more seasons to come. And also it's for that reason that I did wait a little bit longer before treating myself to the Chloe Nile. But now that I recognise this trend does have longevity, I thought that it was the exact right time to invest. If you don't think that you're going to want to keep your designer bag forever and ever, then it's also quite important to think about the resale value. Personally, I've never actually resold on any of my handbags. I love them all so much and they all hold important memories for me that I choose not to resell them, but that is something to bear in mind. A few brands in particular, like Chanel for example, they hold their value incredibly well and in fact sometimes increase in value, so you can actually invest in these handbags and earn even more money back on your purchase. That is quite rare, but also something to consider when investing in a handbag. If reselling is something that it's important to you and you want to have that option, but also just to make your bags look their best for as long as possible, then caring for your bag is really, really important. So with that in mind, I'll talk a little bit about this one. So for example, It's raining today, I wouldn't go out and wear this without protecting it. It's got suede on it and it is leather, so I would immediately protect this bag. Go to somewhere like Timpson or even Russell & Bromley, they have a very, very good suede and leather spray. Mist it from a few centimeters away just to make sure your entire bag is protected. If you have a suede handbag or a suede section on your handbag, this is even more important. It just gives you a little bit longer before any water will penetrate your handbag, so you have a few more moments to wipe off any spillages or any rain, just to make sure your material stays in the best possible condition for as long as possible. When choosing your handbag, really, really important to look at the fabrics. You want something really hard wearing, something that's not going to pick up scratches. On that note, the fabric of the bag or the material of the bag is such an important thing to consider when investing in a handbag. You want to get a material that's very strong, very hard wearing, and not something that's going to get damaged, stained, or scratched very easily. So a few of the materials I would recommend in particular would be Saffiano leather. If you are familiar with Michael Kors bags, a lot of those are Saffiano leather. It's kind of like a scratchy leather and it's very hard wearing, doesn't really get scratched, fairly water repellent as well. On that note, faux crocodile leather or embossed leather which has a crocodile effect, like my new Saint Laurent Sunset bag, that's also really hard wearing and very hard to scratch or damage too. Obviously darker colours are a lot more versatile and hard wearing too. Lighter colour bags sometimes do suffer from a little bit of colour transfer. When I used to work at Mumblr, sadly we got so many complaints about light coloured Bayswaters, light coloured leather, because if you're a fan of wearing dark coloured jeans or black jeans, dark denim, you do sometimes get a little bit of rubbing and transfer. I know that the goo.gl in the pale suede, a lot of people are really upset that there's suddenly a really dark navy patch on the back where it's been rubbing against their trousers, and it does absorb the dye from your denim, so that's something to be very wary of, especially if you do wear a lot of darker coloured jeans. This I don't think will get any colour transfer at all, so a very practical colour. Material wise, this one, as I said, shouldn't scratch too much, but if you do want to get a softer leather, I would try to steer away from that really spongy leather, because you only need to walk past a thistle or something and it will really scratch the handbag, so definitely something to be very wary of. Hardware as well is something to consider. Firstly, the colour, and secondly, how much there is of it. You need to think about the accessories that you wear, what colour is your watch, what colour is your favourite belt, and is it going to go or is it going to clash. Secondly, hardware does of course over time tarnish, especially if you get a lot of use out of your bags, which you want to, but having said that, a lot of designers will actually replace the hardware free of charge or at a very reduced cost if it does become tarnished. My first Mulberry bag I wore day in, day out, every single day in my Bayswater, and the postman lock got very scratched, very damaged. They actually replaced that for me even though it was over 2 years since I purchased the bag. If you're going into a store to pick up your new designer bag purchase, then of course an obvious thing that I'm going to recommend is checking your bag over. A lot of the time you'll be able to see one on the shop floor and actually ask the assistant to bring you a brand new one from the back. That's the best option, but whether you're going to do that or pick one up from the shop floor, it's always so important to double check your bag. You want to check it inside and out, make sure there's no scratches on the leather. Obviously leather's a natural material, so there's going to be a few differences between like the grain and any marks actually within the leather, but scratches are a big no-no and something you definitely want to check for. Also check the zips, do they open and close really smoothly, check the hardware, check there's no scratches on there, and also check the lining just to make sure it's perfectly clean and undamaged. If you do find any imperfections, it is always worth asking for a discount. I know I keep talking about Mulberry, but when I did get my first Bayswater, it was the last one in that colour in the store. I desperately wanted it, but there was a little mark on the postman lock, and I think we got about a 5 or 10% discount for that, and personally the scratch was almost invisible to the eye, but I managed to spot it and we did get a very small discount for that, so always worth checking and definitely worth asking for a discount. So then once you've got your lovely new handbag home and you want to keep it in the best condition possible, of course you want to store it in a way that's going to protect it and keep it looking its best for longest. I would always recommend keeping the dust bag. When you are just storing it for a few days at a time, stuff the dust bag into the bag, and then if you're going to be storing it for a long period of time, like for example my Dionysus, I'm going to be getting it out of storage very soon because it's a really autumnal bag. I think I've actually got old tights inside it to make it hold its shape, and then it's within its dust bag, but just make sure that you do stuff it with something, whether it's, I don't know, whether it's some tissue paper or socks, depending on the size of the bag. Make sure you do pop something inside there, because the leather, if you're going to be storing it for weeks or even months, it could start to lose its shape. And then keep it out of the sunlight in somewhere that's room temperature, away from any moisture, and all of these things will help it to look its best for as long as possible. So I think that's pretty much everything, all the wisdom that I have to impart when it comes to choosing a new designer handbag. So I'm going to pop this down. I've been clutching it for dear life while I've been explaining my handbag tips, and I'm going to very quickly run through the other bits and bobs in my Net-a-Porter box, because I know that you guys would tell me off if I didn't, so let me show you what else I have picked up. Okay, so in no particular order, bearing in mind that I'm going to Positano and Sorrento at the weekend, and I'm so excited. This is all kind of with that trip in mind. So this first one is a blouse. Is it Zimmermann? I think this is, this is a brand called Place Nacional. Definitely has a few similarities to the top that I'm wearing right now. It has the same kind of sleeve style, this almost like a trumpet sleeve, but it's more, I'd say, more suitable for summer holidays. It's a really lovely light cotton material. I think it maybe is a Spanish brand, 100% cotton. Oh, made in Latvia, interesting. I believe I saw this on Julia from Girl Meets Glam, and I'm just obsessed with everything in her wardrobe, or maybe she had a dress from this brand. Either way, I saw this on someone, absolutely fell in love with it, and thought it would look beautiful on my upcoming trip, maybe with denim shorts, or even jeans. You could definitely style up jeans with something like this. Big fan of the embroidery and kind of broderie ombre style. So that's the first piece. And then this is, ooh, a lot bigger than I thought it was going to be. It looked stunning on the model. It is a dress, a very short dress. Hopefully it's not going to be too short on me. This is from the same brand, but it's a size 2. I'm guessing they go down to a size 1, so maybe I need to trade this for a smaller size, but we'll give that a try. Then we have a piece from Zimmermann. I think I actually got 2 parts to this. They have the matching shorts and top. I thought I could wear them together or separately, and just 2 absolutely beautiful pieces. I actually have a pair of Topshop shorts which has a very similar kind of styling to this, but I wear them so much and I couldn't stop thinking about the Zimmermann version. The fit on these looks absolutely beautiful. I have ordered a pair of Zimmermann shorts in the past, but ended up sending them back for whatever reason, and I remember that the fit was absolutely beautiful. I love wearing white shorts on holiday. I think they just look so gorgeous, so I picked up those. And then this is the matching top. It's fairly sheer. The embroidery, kind of broderie anglais style, has a lot of holes in it, so I'm going to have to be very conscious as to what I wear underneath, but just thought that was so beautiful and feminine. Excited to give those a try. This is something quite random. You may not expect me to pick up from Net-a-Porter, but it is a Nike sports hoodie. As we get into winter, I always look for something really cozy to wear to the gym. I don't really do too many outdoor workouts, but I want to look sporty and warm on my way to the gym. It's about a 15-20 minute walk, so I picked this up for that reason. It's a hoodie. It's got a very high neck, so it should be nice and cozy, but it is that really breathable material, so I could probably wear this for a warm-up if I so desired. Next up is a Tory Burch bikini, and I have to say, I think this is probably, other than the bag, my favourite piece from this haul. So it is this bandeau style bikini, strapless, and for us small-chested gals, that is definitely the way forward, and I really like the smocking detail on this as well. It just means that it fits beautifully, and just adore this kind of orange embroidery. Should look really fab on that iconic orange umbrella Positano beach. Already thinking about those Insta snaps. And then the matching bottoms, they do have quite a small bottom on the bottoms, which I always find really, really flattering, and they look like they should be really comfy and great shape too. Looking forward to giving that a try. Then we have another sport top. This one is from Nike as well. I thought I'd get a lot of use out of this. I have a few white Sweaty Betty tops in rotation that I just wear over my sports bras over and over again. Thought it was time for something new, and just love the colour of this one. It's got these grey, almost sheer straps at the back. Just other than that, quite a plain sports top. And last but not least, and this one has come in its own little suit cover, I picked up this dress from Zimmermann. Again, a real treat to myself for this upcoming trip. I thought it was a really nice kind of summer to autumn dress. I can imagine wearing this with my new Chloe Susanna boots, which, by the way, I'm just obsessed with. Really happy I got them in the taupe colour. If you haven't seen me styling them up yet, I'll put a picture somewhere on the screen here, but I thought they would look fabulous with this as well. So it is little shorts as opposed to being an open dress, and for me I actually prefer that because it means that you can get away with something a little bit shorter and it's not going to be too revealing, but it's the colour and the pattern that I absolutely fell in love with. I think it's going to be so versatile, and really looking forward to styling this up a lot more in autumn. Print itself is almost like a kind of English garden. You've got lots of roses, lots of pretty flowers, and then this little waist detail that can draw it in at the waist and make it a really beautiful silhouette. You've got really rough cut edges and the same kind of rough cut frilling around there, which is just very, very pretty, very feminine, but hopefully very versatile for the coming cooler months. So that's everything that I picked up from Net-a-Porter. A few really pretty bits and bobs as well as the handbag, and I'm excited to give everything a try. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Part unboxing, part handbag tips, part Net-a-Porter haul. Bit of a random one, but I really hope you enjoyed watching it. And if you have any more questions about tips for picking up designer handbags or questions about the Chloe Nile, then leave them down in the comment section below. I will always try my hardest to get back to you as soon as possible. And that is all from me, so thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!
Wake up at your place, wake up at mine.